Okay, so yeah, we have discussed the VPC. So how to create a NAT gateway and how to create internet gateway and how to attach your right route table with public subnet, how to attach your private route table with private subnet, and how to create an internet gateway, how it will be provide internet communication, right? So let's discuss few more components in VPC called VPC peering. So what is VPC peering? Okay, so VPC peering is nothing but it's a feature of VPC. For example, this is your friend account, okay, and this is your account, okay, and this is your VPC. This is your subnet, okay, and within the subnet you have your EC2, okay, and similarly, this is your friend account. They have a server, and they have a subnet. They have a EC2, okay. This is a right. I will call this one 20. This is a app server, and this is a DB server, okay. As I said, this is a subnet, and this is a VPC. This is account B, account 2, or this is account 1, okay, and this is VPC, this is subnet, right? So, right, so this is account 1, this is account 2, okay, this is a different network, this is different network, okay. So, for example, this is some 10 dot series, okay, for example, okay. This is some, okay, this is some 20 dot series, okay. Okay, so this is one VPC, this is another VPC. Okay, so which is having internet gateway attached, and this is a, for example, route table. The route table attached to internet gateway attached to a sub. Okay, and this is a route table, private route table, and yeah, internet gateway is not attached to the subnet and to the route table. No issue because it's a DB server, will not attach anymore. But if you want to right, if you want to connect from connect to this DB server, you will not directly connect to it. But how we will establish a communication? This is one. This is one VPC. This is another VPC. This is one account. This is another account. Right. If you have a VPC, different VPCs in different accounts. Okay, different VPCs in different accounts, and if you have right different accounts, and if you have your VPC in different regions also, right, within the same account, within the same account, if you want to establish a communication between the servers, if you want to establish a communication between the servers, what you can do, guys, you can use a service called VPC peering. So VPC peering is a device, okay. So consider this is a VPC peering device, okay. So you will create a VPC peering, and what you will do, this VPC peering links will be added in the route table of one account, and in the route table of another account, okay. And what will happen, the communication will be established, okay. So for that, what we can do, right, for that what we can do, we can do we can use of default VPC. I will call it. I will take this one. Okay, I will take this default VPC, and I will make this is the default VPC. Okay, this is the default VPC having this range. Okay, And I will create one more VPC, okay, with 20 dot series. Here I will create a DB server, okay. Here I will create a DB server. So this is the default VPC, leave it as it is, okay. And what I will do, I will launch a server. I will make this is a app server and Amazon Linux 2023, 1 GB RAM. I will use the existing key pair which I already have. Okay, and yeah, default VPC, no need to select any particular subnet, and let me launch. So what I have done, I have already have this yeah VPC, and already VPC having a internet gateway. This is default one, okay, and already having a subnet. And I created a app server, okay, and the subnet also, the route table also will be already there, okay. So this portion is fine. So I will do one thing, right? I will do, instead of different accounts, I will same account, okay. I will use same accounts, okay. So no problem. So in the same account also within different ranges, so VPC peering is must, okay. So I will take one more VPC. I will create a second VPC, uh, call it as my VPC. Range is some 20.0.0/60, and create. And now I will create a subnet, okay. I will create a subnets. One second, let me create this. Very fresh. Yeah, let me recreate it, okay. My VPC, okay. So yeah, you can go with 10 or you can go with 20, no problem, anything is fine, okay. So it is 0 to 255, right? So class, that means how many IPs you can create? To 65,536. So what is the calculation? 2 power 32 minus 2 power 16, right? And now what we can do, you can go to subnets, create a subnet under your VPC, call it as private subnet, okay. Yeah, any availability is not a problem. So 20.0.0/20 IPs. Okay, 5 IPs you will give it for reserve purpose. That means you will get 251. Okay, yeah. So which is fine. You have created a private subnet, and whenever you create a VPC, route table is created. I will call this is my VPC means this is, I will call it as private RT, and I will go with subnet associations. I will associate a private sub. That means up to this process is done, right? You have a VPC and you have created a subnet, private subnet, and you have created a route table. You have just renamed it, and you have associated this route table with the private subnet, right? And let me create a DB server. How to create it? Go here, instances. This is app. Let me create a DB server, right? Change the network to your VPC. There is only one subnet, no need to worry. Yeah, the IP, the auto assigning of public IP. Anyway, the public IP is not required for a servers in private subnets. Okay, for a servers in a private subnets. So, and let me launch it. Okay, key pair. I will use the existing key pair. Launch. Yeah, 1 GB RAM only. The other things are not supported the zone AP South 1C. Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, the thing here, the subnet which is created under 1C. Within that 1C subnet, what happened? This 1C, the particular, right, uh, right, the instance type is not available. That means you're not eligible to create, right, a server. Okay, like 1 GB RAM. Okay, so for that, what we need to do? Okay, so you either you have to delete this and create your subnet. Okay, again with 1B. Okay, let me do that same thing. Create a subnet again under my VPC. Make it private subnet under which availability zone 1 year 20.0.1.0/24. Create and go to route table again. Subnet associations under edit. Select associate. Now you have the option, right? Launch DB server and Amazon Linux, 1 GB RAM. Use existing key pair and edit. And yeah, I want to create my server in my VPC, my subnet, private subnet, and launch. Which is getting launched. Okay, earlier issue that particular AMI, the particular the RAM, like 1 GB RAM, free tier eligible servers will not available in 1C. That's why I created it under 1A. Okay, 1A availability, right? So which is fine, which are good, right? This is apps DB server in one VPC. This is app server in another VPC. This app server is already having attached with internet gateway. You are able to directly connect to this app server, right? You are in the app server. Let me make it as a root user. Let me change the host name app server. Okay, this is app, but this DB server are you able to connect. This is the IP address, and we have that earlier what we are doing within the same VPC. You are creating this key pair. You are creating this key pair and adding some text, right? And you are providing some read permission to this file, right? Ch mod 7 400, right? And you're trying to connect ssh hyphen I vpc test.pem ec2 hyphen user at the rate. What is the IP? Public IP. Take this public IP. Earlier it is getting connected, right? But now, if you observe, is it connected? So the reason behind that, both are different ranges, right? The ranges are different, but the servers are different VPCs. So you should use the peering connections in that scenarios. Okay, peering connections we will call it as. So how it will be works, peering connection. Let me cancel this. So you have to go to here, you can see peering connections. Create a peering connection. Peering connection device, I would say my PC, my peering connection. Requester and acceptor. We'll call anything like this can be a requester, this VPC can be a receiver, or this can be a requester, this can be a receiver. Anything is fine. Two-way communication, two-way. Okay. Select one VPC, I will call default VPC. Or if you want to select here my VPC, no problem. Okay. Reverse method also no problem. The another VPC in which account? The another VPC in another account or my account this region or another account this region or another region, right? You can select. Anyway, my another VPC also in the same region. I select. This is default. This is my. Okay. And after that, create. Whenever you created, the request is in pending state. You have to accept it. Go to actions, accept. You should accept in both the accounts. Okay, it should accept in both the accounts. You will ask your colleague, right, the team member to accept another account or your friend, right? So now it is active, right? And then what you have to do, go to route table. This is one route table, private route table. Go to routes, edit routes, and you want to allow and you want to connect, right, from this network, from this VPC, right, this VPC 172.31, right, this people, this VPC IPs to this, right, server using to this network 20 dot network using peering connection. Which one? This is the peering connection saved, right? And now if you verify that, let's try to verify this. Earlier we were getting error. Let's wait. It's to be waited. You observe that should be connected, and go to the another route table, which is another one. Go to routes, right? Edit routes and add the people should be connected from another VPC. This one using what? Using peering connection, and select. Say, oh, yeah, one more thing you have to do in the security group. Go to the DB server security group, edit this security group and edit it, right? Yeah, so I want to connect to my server from the people, okay, from the range of 172 series. I'm just allowing, okay, this range, okay. So let's try this. Yes, it is connecting. If you say yes, disconnect. Earlier you're unable to connect. What I did, I created a route table. I enabled at security group level, right? And I added the peering connection, right, in the route cells, right? So can you just draw this diagram? So right, so we have few components like what is flow law, one is what is NACL, okay. So right, what is security groups? We'll see that, okay. Just note down this diagram. I will give some 2 minutes. Right. So and deletion process is same. So you have to go to uh, the route table and first remove the routes. Okay, save it and go to associations. Remove the association. Okay, and you have to go to peering connection. Delete the peering connection. Okay, but you should delete the routes as well. What are the routes you added? You have to delete the routes as well. So it is getting deleted, and right, so you can delete the servers. Okay, you can go to EC2. If the servers and different accounts also same process, the same account in the same different regions also same process, okay. Different VPCs also same process, okay. If the same VPC, no problem, okay. Different subnets, same VPC also, no problem, but different VPCs you should use this VPC. So we have one more component called flow log. So what is flow log? So flow logs, if you see my VPC, there is an item called flow log. What is this flow log? So AWS flow log helpful to know which connection, which user connection is accepted, which user connection is rejected, right? And if someone trying to hack, right, someone trying to connect which is not uh, accepted, okay, but they are trying to connect, we will see some rejected IPs, okay. AWS flow logs are for, right, the troubleshooting purpose. So you can see like this, okay. So who is connecting, okay. So right, right, which connection is right, this is the account ID, this is the IP address of that particular user. Connection app accepted, okay. Connection rejected is okay, like. So VPC flow logs you can check at VPC level, either you can check at subnet level, okay. The flow logs are, right, are can be created, okay, like this. If you want to get the accepted connections, or if you want to see the rejected connections, if you want to store it some S3 bucket, right? And like that. Okay, so right, as I said, VPC flow logs are for the troubleshooting point of view. Okay, so we have two main components in for the security. Okay, one is NACL, another one is security. So there will be interview question also. What is the difference between NACL and a security group? What is the difference between NACL and a security group? Right? What is the difference between NACL and the security group? Right. So we'll call security group works at the instance level. The NACL works at the subnet level. So as I already told you, the security group is a firewall. The security group is a considered security group. This is the EC2 instance. Okay, the EC2 instance will have inbound rule, outbound. So who are connecting using inbound rule? Users will use inbound rule. This is inbound. If you want to connect to a server, inbound rule will be open. If you want to connect from server to outside, outbound rule should be open. Okay, these are inbound, these are outbound. Okay, so here instance level security. So if you open 22 port, then you can connect to the server. Okay, then you can connect to the server. But this is a security group, and consider this is a server in a subnet. This is one subnet. Okay, as I said, subnet is nothing but collection of servers, right? And and this is one more server. Okay, this is one more server. Same, you have opened some ports. Okay, so this is subnet. Okay, and a subnet. So what this NACL will do? The NACL will control the flow, control the security at subnet level. For example, if you blocked, so this security group will not have a block allow options, but the NACL will have the block allow options, as you can see. This is the NACL inbound route. NACL will have allow like that. But coming to this, the security groups, right? So you can see security groups will not have the features called allow, deny, those rules. It is directly allow. Okay, directly allow option will be there. But this NACL will have deny rule. For example, if you want people to deny at 22 port level, you block that with NACL subnet level security. So if you allowed for a server for a EC2 22 port, for a server 22 port at security group level, this is security group level, you have open 22, but at NACL level you have blocked this 22 port. That means what will happen, since you open 22, since you allow 22, but you have main connection, you allow this, you deny, that means customers cannot connect to the server. Why? Because you block 22 port. Okay, so right, the first level of security for the EC2 instance is NACL. NACL is nothing but network access control list. Network access control list. The flow log is for the the monitoring or filtering the uh, accepted and rejected connections. Okay, accepted and rejected connections. Okay, so this is the part of VPC which is very important. Okay, which is very important, the VPC. Okay, so just note down. Okay,